Ang Philippine Coast Guard ang first line of defense ng ating bansa laban sa mga foreign vessels na gustong pasukin ang ating karagatan na walang pahintulot. Kaya naman karamihan sa Coast Guard personnel ay mga kalalakihan. Pero hindi po ibig sabihin nito ay hindi pwedeng maging bahagi ng tanod baybayin ng Pilipinas ang mga kababaihan. Tulad na lang po ng bisita natin ngayong umaga na successful and decorated officer ng Philippine Coast Guard. Kung sino po siya, let's watch this.
Kung inclusivity, isa siya sa nangunguna para mabigyan ng pantay na oportunidad at karapatan ng mga kababaihan kumpara sa mga kalalakihan. Kaya naman, hindi nakapagtataka ang tagumpay na kanyang tinatamasa bilang kauna-unahang female two-star general sa Pilipinas. Girl power in the house sa Pinoy Inspiring Amazing Stories. Kasama si Philippine Coast Guard Rear Admiral Mitzi Silva Campo.
Welcome to Kada Umaga, Rear Admiral Mitzi Silva Campo at kasama rin po natin si Commodore Pauline Diciano. At pareho po silang well-decorated, napakadaming mga achievements, not just for our country but also for all Filipinas, for all women. Bati po muna kayo sa ating mga Kada, Rear Admiral. Go ahead.
Magandang umaga po sa lahat. Kinagagalak po namin na nandito kami ngayon para ibahagi ang kwento namin para maging inspirasyon sa mga kababaihan, lalo na sa uniform service.
Tama po. Commodore Christine, go ahead.
Good morning to each and everyone. We are deeply honored to be here po sa inyong programa.
Yes. Para po sa kaalaman ng lahat, we all know that the Philippine Coast Guard is in charge of taking care of our territorial waters, hindi po ba? Pero kayo po, ano pong mga duties and responsibilities ninyo sa Philippine Coast Guard at the moment?
At the moment po, ako ang commander ng Coast Guard Internal Audit ng Philippine Coast Guard.
Okay.
Kami,
ano po ibig sabihin nun?
Nagkakanda kami ng audit on management and operational. We see to it that the units in the Philippine Coast Guard abide with the rules, regulations, and also the policies and procedures. We also see to it that there is an in place internal control system in the Philippine Coast Guard.
When I hear audit, Rear Admiral, I think financial matters. Hindi naman po.
Hindi po. Ngayon covered na rin yung operational audit.
Okay. So
Because
lahat po ng mga pangangailangan,
Yes.
Lahat po ng mga procedures, protocol, kayo po ang nag-check to make sure that everything is in tip-top shape.
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, wow. That's a big responsibility.
Yes, yes.
Tapos si Commodore Christine, kayo naman po.
Yes, Ma'am Pia, I'm under the Coast Guard Education, Training and Doctrine Command now as the Director for the Leadership and Doctrine Development Center and the Acting Superintendent po ng Coast Guard School for Special Maritime Affairs.
Alam ko po, you guys are trailblazers when it comes to females in uniform as a whole. Si Commodore Christine is the first female pilot.
Yes, ma'am.
Ano po yung pinilot ninyo?
I fly the Britain Norman Islander aircraft of the Philippine Coast Guard.
Okay.
So I started out in 2005 po, and until now I've been around different duties and responsibilities sa Coast Guard. And yun po, I fly in the West Philippine Sea po, sa northeastern seaboard ng Pilipinas, and even po sa Mindanao. So,
Are we talking about where the conflict is? Yun po ba?
yes, ma'am.
Ano po yung may territorial conflict?
Yes, ma'am.
What kind of craft is this? It's an airplane?
Yes, ma'am. It's a twin engine.
That can land on water?
Yeah, no, ma'am. It's a twin engine aircraft, ma'am, that can really land in Pag-asa Island. And in fact, the Philippine Coast Guard has a strong inventory na po of its aircraft. So iba-iba na po. After me, madami na pong pilotong babae sa Philippine Coast Guard. We have from the rotary wing at saka fixed-wing aircraft. We also have drones, ma'am, sa Philippine Coast Guard. So lumalakas po ang tanod baybayin ng Pilipinas, ma'am.
Nice! Pero hindi po ba dangerous itong assignment ninyo?
I think, ma'am, pag nasa serbisyo po talaga, it comes with the risk and all those that we do not expect. But we are trained to do our jobs, and sa amin naman po, sa tulong po ng aming leadership, Admiral Ronnie Hilgavan, talagang binabalik sa amin ang ano ba ang tamang gawain sa mga ganitong area po sa ating bansa. So,
Si Rear Admiral Mitzi naman po, before, she was the first star general. Ngayon naman, kayo ang first and only 2-star general in uniform.
Service.
My goodness! Papa, ano pong feeling na kayo po yung nag-umpisa nitong lahat?
Actually, hanggang ngayon, hindi ko pa rin maisip. But I just maintain what I should do in every assignment. I always make sure that I give my 100%, the excellence that and compassion that I have in my work.
At saka, ganong kahirap po yan ma-achieve? Just to be a 1-star general, now a 2-star general, and you led the way for all women to be able to do this. Ma'am Mitzi, ano po bang, ganong kahirap po magkaroon ng ganong klaseng rango?
It opened up an opportunity. My promotion is not only for me, but it opened up opportunity for all female to dream more and work harder to achieve what is being achieved by me. And I want to be an inspiration to all of the women in uniform, not only in uniform, but women in the Philippines, that you can do anything as long as you have the determination. And I am here before you, making history as the first
Exactly.
2-star general in the Philippines.
At saka
and in the
yung galing
Philippine
nyo
Coast
po
Guard.
ay nakarating na internationally with this letter of commendation from the International Maritime Organization. Kailan po ba yung naging awarding nito?
Actually, the awarding will be on May.
It's
next
happening pa in
year
May, but
for
you got the letters already.
International
Okay.
Maritime Organization in London. This
Wow!
coming May. So, actually, it is Christine who informed me that saying congratulations, and I asked her for what, and then she told me that both of us were commended by the IMO. The very first thing that come to my mind is not myself alone, but I think of all the hardship that men and women of the Philippine Coast Guard done. And also, pasasalamat sa commandant namin, Philippine Coast Guard, and all the leadership sa patuloy na pagtiwala. Ang karangalan na ito ay hindi lang sa Philippine Coast Guard because it is recognized globally. So they recognize the effort of the Philippine Coast Guard in gender equality, and it also emphasized the Philippines giving importance to women empowerment.
Yes.
So that comes to my mind, and it gives me more inspiration in my advocacy to work harder for gender equality.
Oo nga. Hindi po ba yung ginagampanan ninyong role ay mahirap na nga to begin with, pero parang isn't it more difficult to achieve it as a woman?
I think, ma'am, sanay ang mga kababaihan po sa multi-roles. And with the nurturing character that we have really, and really digging deep into the passion and yung love talaga to the work that we do, talagang eto po, ma'am, talagang ini-embrace na lang po talaga namin ang lahat. Una, ma'am, tama po si ma'am, hindi ang karangalan at kalakasan pong ito ay hindi lang po sa amin. Ito po ay binabalik namin sa lahat po ng mga mabubuting tagapaglingkod ng uniform service, particularly po sa tanod baybayin ng Pilipinas, who have been with us for the last 2 decades po. It is really very challenging to balance both family, career,
Exactly.
and really empowering as much as we can with the limited, time that we are also given in different capacities that we have. But again, ma'am, sabi ko nga, God is really good in providing us with this platform, and we can only give it back by empowering as much as we can, by inspiring so many, and by always remembering and reminding them that we do not have to shrink to be seen. We have a place here in public service, and more so our best practice po sa Philippine Coast Guard has been the example of neighboring countries and even the international maritime community there. Dati po, hindi pa masyadong nagbubukas ng mga non-traditional roles po sa mga kababaihan,
Correct.
sa military at saka sa
Yes.
law enforcement agency. But as we have worked with the United Nations Office on Drugs and Crime since 2019 po until now, we are very grateful to report that marami na pong Coast Guard sa region natin, ma'am, na umuupo na po sa strategic decisions at saka leadership positions ang mga kababaihan.
But I'm sure po, nung kayo po ay nag-umpisa, hindi ganitong ka-inclusive ang karamihan sa mga departments natin, lalo na po sa inyong larangan. How difficult was it in the beginning?
It's really difficult. As one of the
Meron po ba
pioneer-
mga discrimination in the beginning na nawala na lang lately, recently?
It's very hard to defy the stigma in the uniformed service that women cannot do it in the uniformed service. But
Naka-encounter po kayo ng ganong klase?
yeah, I feel like
pakiramdam?
walking in a room, hearing like mahinhin siya, mabubuntis din yan. Pag
Oh my-
nabuntis, aalis din sa service. But I find it very challenging and inspiration to work more.
Yes.
I reform systems, I do policies, and also I was assigned in Maritime Security and Law Enforcement Command, and I was assigned in Regional Cooperations Against Piracy and Armed Robbery Against Ships in Asia, based in Singapore for almost 4 years.
That sounds very dangerous, ma.
And I want to highlight that because of the, as mentioned by Christine, the UN ODC, women in maritime law enforcement, they see Philippine Coast Guard as their model. So we give them inspiration and talk and platform for dialogue. And last year, the only one star, the first female star in MMEA, Malaysian Maritime Enforcement Agency, approached me and told me, "Mom, thank you. You are our inspiration." We follow the Philippine Coast Guard. That's why we have now one star, just like you.
Paano po yung mga... I'm sure you, with all these roles na nagampanan nyo na po, ano po, pwede po ba kayong magkwento ng mga medyo, yung mga close calls kung tawagin in the line of service or in the line of duty?
Yes
I'm
po,
sure marami. One lang po.
Well, sa mga lipad po, ma'am, during the time that we were flying in Scarborough, in West Philippine Sea po, we get to see a different dimension po of our operations. And in fact, andun pa rin naman po yung mga challenges. But again, we were trained po to really hold the line and to really bring everything that we have been trained for para po ayon sa kabutihan po ng bansa.
Yes.
And we've been around for these 2 decades po na nasa service kami. We have experienced COVID, we have experienced disasters and multi-pronged challenges po dito sa bansa. But then again, yun nga po, with the heart of service po, yung passion to serve. And ang lagi naming sinasabi, ang mga no po, ma'am, are just delayed yeses. And even the naysayers, yung mga rooms not built for women, these are just opinions. We can create rooms for ourselves by, of course, palakasin po namin yung sarili namin. We channel all our capacities po sa tamang mga tao at oportunidad. And it will really open doors for so many opportunities po for women in the service like us.
Kayo po, Rear Admiral, ano po yung
The on-
makakonsider ninyong the most treacherous mission you've ever had to undertake?
The one thing that comes to my mind, hindi alam to ng karamihan, when I was deployed in regional cooperations against piracy in Singapore, we have a cluster meeting in one of the country in Southeast Asia. And then, I'm the only female in the room. We have meeting with the higher officials in maritime. And then, that was the very time when a news came out that their national seafarer was beheaded, the one that is being kidnapped on board international vessels while passing through Sulu-Celebes seas. So being the only woman and the only Filipina in the room, I was asked, what is your government doing? So I used the very diplomatic way of saying it and to diffuse the tension in the room. And in a way, after that, I can feel that I defended my country in the best that I can.
Yes. Kasi marami din pong challenges, di ba po? Of course, budget is always a challenge. Facilities, equipment.
Yes.
Paano nyo po yun nalalampasan? How do you overcome that when you don't really have a choice sometimes? We have to work with boats or airplanes that are many years in service na, medyo antik na po yung iba. Paano po yung mga ganong klaseng obstacles?
I'm already 3 decades or 30 years in the service in the Philippine Coast Guard. I started when, although we want to go aboard ship, but we cannot because they cannot accommodate women. But now, the Philippine Coast Guard is so lucky that we have so many ships under our inventory, and it's
Nice.
all
That's very good to know.
it's all brand new.
Yeah.
Ay!
And it can accommodate women on board ship. That's why many are given the opportunity to serve aboard ship. And we have already the commanding officers. I command at sea badge holders, female in the Philippine Coast Guard. We have pilots, we have divers.
At ito po ay
and
dahil
everything.
sa ehemplong na iset nyo na po long before. Kaya in closing po, Commodore Christine and Rear Admiral Mitzi, ano po ang pangarap ninyo para sa mga kababaihan in uniform?
Para po sa mga kababaihan in uniform, I always say that we can, it's not just actually breaking the glass ceiling, but really making a room for ourselves. We need to continuously capacitate ourselves. We are only limited by the bounds of our imagination. And we can do so much for as long as we inherently believe that we add value to the work that we do. We keep our faith in God, and we continue to empower as much as we can.
And Rear Admiral, go ahead po.
Para sa akin, ang isang mapapayo ko sa mga kababaihan sa Philippine Coast Guard, just do your work, and also dapat mas malakas ang tiwala mo sa sarili mo kaysa duda nila sa iyo.
Yes.
Dapat meron kang at palaging magdasal because God is always there to guide us and always protect us in everything that we do.
Thank you so much for gracing our show this morning and inspiring so many of our Kadas. Rear Admiral, maraming salamat. Mabuhay po kayo. God keep you safe and bless you even more. And Commodore Christine, thank you very much
you
for visiting us here in Kada Umaga.
Thank you very much.
Maraming salamat. Meron po ba kayong gustong pasalamatan at this point?
At this point, I would like to thank, of course, my family, yung tatay ko na naging inspirasyon ko po. Simula pagkabata, is also a Philippine Navy and Philippine Coast Guard and officer. Sa mga anak ko po, Aliyah, Ariana, Alexander, thank you for inspiring mommy and giving me this strength. And of course po, sa aming Commandant Admiral Gavan, maraming salamat po sir sa lubos na tiwala at suporta. Ito po, binabalik po namin sa inyo, sa aming pinakamamahal na tanod baybayin ng Pilipinas. To God be all glory po.
Amen.
Katulad,
Go ahead.
katulad din ni Christine, nagpapasalamat ako sa aking pamilya, lalo na sa asawa ko, sa pag-intindi sa akin at sa aming anak, sa pag-intindi din. Kasi yung pamilya natin, although they're not wearing our uniform, but they carry the burden of letting us go in the door to fulfill our duty. Pinapasalamatan ko rin ang napaka-supportive, pinakamagaling na Commandant ng Philippine Coast Guard, Rear Admiral Ronnie Hill, La Torilla, Gaban, at sa lahat ng mga sa aming Deputy Commandant for Operations, Administration, and the Chief of Staff, at sa lahat ng Philippine Coast Guard na patuloy na nagbibigay ng serbisyo na inaalay ang sariling buhay para sa bansa. So, they give us more inspiration.
Maraming
Thank you.
salamat po. Mga Kada, sa kahit anong larangan, hindi dapat maging basihan ang kasarian ng isang tao para masabing siya ay qualified sa trabaho. Ang dapat pagbasehan ay ang kakayahan para gampanan ng tama at maayos ang kanyang trabaho. Ika nga ng ating bisitang si Rear Admiral Mitzi Silva Campo, at the end of the day, it's never about the rank. It is about how well you lead, how much you serve, and how deeply you care.
Let's get together. Sunday 25. Sunday 25.